As the title implies, we're going to be talking about 5 dividend kings who are dominating on the dividend growth front. As dividend investors, we're looking for solid companies, castle-like companies with wide moats and long track records of giving us shareholders a dividend. So today's list of companies not only have the longest track records of giving a dividend, but these companies are going to give even more back to their shareholders each year. And if you have any of these companies in your portfolio, you are for sure feeling the love, because these companies all have 5-year dividend growth rates greater than 10%. Let's set the stage and quickly discuss the ground rules for inclusion in this top 5. For one, they have to be a dividend king with at least 50 years of growing their dividend. The 5-year dividend growth rate has to be greater than 10%. They all have to be beating the S&P 500 in total return in the last 10 years. And I found companies with cash payout ratios under 60%. And we're going to start with Lowe's, which many of you may already know is a retail company specializing in home improvement and appliance products. Their business model revolves around selling a wide range of products, including tools, appliances, lumber, and building materials, to DIYers and professional contractors. Year to date, Lowe's is down in share price by 7.19%. They have 60 years of dividend payments and have a history of increasing their dividends each year in the month of July. The 5-year dividend growth rate is 19.29%, and in the last 10 years, they've grown their dividend 20.25%. The cash dividend payout ratio is 38.66, and the forward dividend yield is 2.38%. If we dig in a little further on the yield on cost, we'll see that if we purchase shares of Lowe's 10 years ago, that our yield on cost has actually grown all the way up to 9.03%. And we can see that the PE for Lowe's has come down in the last 5 years at 28.94% and is sitting right now at 13.41. If we look at those total returns for Lowe's, you can see a 10-year total return of 335.83%. The next dividend king is Parker-Hannifin, which is an engineering and manufacturing company that specializes in motion and control technologies. Year to date, they're up in share price by 26.8%. There are 66 years of dividend increases, and you'll see here that they typically increase their dividend in the month of May each year. Parker-Hannifin has a 14.63 5-year dividend growth rate, and in the last 10 years, they've raised their dividend 12.44%. And the cash dividend payout ratio is 27.06%. The forward yield is 1.6%. And if we purchase shares of Parker-Hannifin 10 years ago, our yield on cost is actually 5.1%. And when comparing the PE to the 5-year average, we see that it's down by 2.58% and presently sits at 17.2 and has a 10-year total return of 280.28%. The next dividend king is Nordson Corporation, and they're a global precision technology company that operates in industrial manufacturing markets. Their business model involves supplying products and systems for precision dispensing, industrial coating, and related technologies. Year to date, they're down in share price by 10.6%. They've been providing a dividend to their shareholders for the last 60 years and typically increase their dividend in the month of August. In terms of dividend growth, the last 5 years have yielded a 16.04 compound annual growth rate, which is up 18.71% compared to their 5-year average. The cash dividend payout ratio is 24.18%, and the forward yield is 1.28%, which is up 32.07% in the last 5 years. Had we bought shares of Nordson Corporation 10 years ago, our yield on cost would be up to 3.79%. When looking at the PE, we can see that it's actually down by 16.34% compared to the 5-year average and is sitting right at 23.64. And the 10-year total return, which is inclusive of any share price appreciation and dividends being reinvested, is at 221.31%. Next up is S&P Global Incorporated, which is a financial information and analytics company. Their business model revolves around providing data, research, and analytics to businesses and financial professionals. They're known for credit ratings, market intelligence, and financial information services that help their clients make informed decisions in such areas as investment, risk management, and market analysis. Year to date, they're up in share price by 3.91%. With 50 years of dividend growth, you can see the 5-year dividend growth rate is 13.2%. which is down by 9.86% compared to their 5-year average. The cash dividend payout ratio is 35.51%. The The forward yield is 1.03%, which is actually up by 14% compared to its 5-year average. And when reviewing that yield on cost, if we had bought it 10 years ago, we'd actually be seeing a 5.06% yield. The PE is definitely on the higher side for SPGI at 29.66, which is up a little bit by 0.32% compared to its 5-year average. However, in looking at that 10-year total return for SPGI, we see 444.33%. And this brings us to AbbVie Incorporated, which is a pharmaceutical company specializing in research and development of drugs, particularly in the field of immunology, oncology, neuroscience, and virology. A spin-off of Abbott Labs, they take on the years of dividend increases from its parent company, meaning that AbbVie gets credit for 51 years of dividend increases. Typically issuing their dividend increases to shareholders in the month of January, AbbVie has a 5-year dividend growth rate of 10.52%, which is down by 41% compared to its 5-year average. The cash dividend payout ratio is 41.52%. The forward dividend yield is 4.08%, which is down compared to its 5-year average by 12%. And had we bought shares of AbbVie 10 years ago, our yield on cost would be up to 12.09%. Moving over to the valuation tab, we can see that the PE in the trailing 12 months is 11.5, which is actually up a little bit compared to its 5-year average by 9%. And looking at the 10-year total return, though, we have 343.56%. So what do you think of these 5 dividend kings? I can tell you that I personally have shares of 3 of them: Lowe's, Nordson Corporation, and AbbVie in my portfolio. Leave me a comment below, let me know what you think, and until next week, go and take a peek at this video next.